Yeah, they tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small and you were too young. They tell you the chance is too slim, the world is too big, but you say how come? I'm ready to light a new fire, raise a new flag across a new sea. And if I'm ever the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just a man what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. So we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll never stop running. It's something like a shadow in the valley, colossal. Open up your eyes, young one, and be watchful. Behind closed doors, trying to write a new gospel. They are not God, they're not even apostles. I come with the dumb drum banging you breathless. Enemies freeze, left bent and defenseless. Straight for the chest of anybody against us. The more they resist it, the more that they tempt us. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just a man what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. So we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. So I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just a man what's next. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before. So we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running.
Oh my. It looks like we've got some new fans showing up in the Twitch chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. Oh! I just moved and my background showed up. This is not a Zoom background. I am coming to you live from vacation. I decided to take a break and head out of town. Let's see if I can do that again. Can I make it? If I back up? Oh, there's ocean there. Live from Australia. Where else could I be? Yesterday I was streaming from this spot too, and we were making up like places that I could be. Live from Australia, live from Brazil. Here I am. I just jumped in a plane. I guess it's plausible. I mean, I was gone for the weekend. I've been streaming, live every weekday here in LA at 10 a.m. And so 10 a.m. every day I'll be here. Today we're starting early because 9 a.m. is when music services. I think the reason was the management told me I had to do it this way. So it wasn't me. I was like, damn, I don't want to go an hour early. I just want to go at 10. They were like, you have to go at 9. And I think it's because music services go live with new music at 9, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes. So you want to hear the song again, or what are we at right now? How many? We're at 12K. I mean, we could just run it again. Want to run it again? Let's run it one more time, and then we'll talk about the song, and we'll talk about all the vocalists, the fans. These vocals, for those of you guys that haven't been paying attention along the way, the vocals on this song, you'll be able to tell which ones are mine. The rest of them are fan submitted vocals from seven vocalists from around the world who submitted. We had a contest called #OpenDoor, Sing Open Door, and they submitted vocals, and I went through all those submissions and found the ones that I thought would go well together. And yeah, so while you're listening, subscribe, do all that stuff, get comfy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to listen to some music, some other songs, and maybe make some new music live here on the stream. Hang out a bit. Here it is again.
Yeah, they tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small, that you were too young. They tell you the chance is too slim, the world is too big, but you say how come? I'm ready to light a new fire, raise a new flag across a new sea. And if I'm ever the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before, so we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll never stop running. It's something like a shadow in the valley, colossal. Open up your eyes, young one, and be watchful. Behind closed doors, trying to write a new gospel. They are not God, they're not even apostles. I come with the dumb drum banging you breathless. Enemies freeze, left bent and defenseless. Straight for the chest of anybody against us. The more they resist it, the more that they tempt us. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before, so we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. So I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, so we can get out of here. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running.
Ah, yeah. I'm happy, guys. This is nice. Damn, they can sing. Oh my god. I wanted to pull up on my phone. I have like a little bit of info on all the vocalists. If you guys haven't checked out the video, after this, you go check out the video of we posted of some of the folks. Go my socials and there's more info on the song and what it's all about. That song's called Open Door. The when quarantine started, when the whole pandemic hit and we started like staying at home, I started posting. I was originally on Instagram Live, and I posted a few. I did a few lives just on my phone. I set my phone down and like made some beats and stuff. And this was the track. This track was made from two different beats that I was messing with, and I asked the community on Instagram, like which beat should I work on, and it was really pretty close in terms of like the vote on which one should I pursue or whatever. So I mashed them up, and then I listened to it, and I was like, man, I really want to get like I really need another singer like or something like maybe it's probably a female vocal that I want on the track. So we did the sing open door competition, and I ended up choosing like 7 people, right? So the 7 who are in the song are Jesse Bore, I Mori, Slava, whose name is what is his first name? It starts with a V, but Vyacheslava Pitak. Slava is he does a Linkin Park tribute band um, in Ukraine. Jor, who is part of a band called Dream Drop. Pershard Owens. Deb is it DeRoche or DeRock? I didn't ask her when we talked on the thing. And Sage Douglas, who goes by Phantom. So I'm sure it won't be hard to find them on social media and stuff after the fact. They're all like the things they sent in they're so talented. Just love what they do individually, and I loved stacking all those vocals. Like this is maybe the first song that I've like put together and mixed that I think it had like 100 vocal tracks. It was a lot. So that was fun. Thank you guys. Keep streaming it. Keep sharing it. This is the first. So here's how it all. Here's kind of what's going on and what happens from here. So I put out. Originally, I had that song. I was like, I want to release this song, and then I started doing the streams here on Twitch where I make a beat every day starting at 10 a.m. And then I had all these beats, and I was like, man, I want to put these beats out. Like, it seems like just fun for, like, when I was in art school, I used to listen to a lot of instrumental music when I was drawing or when I was hanging out, you know, and I was like, let me just put out this instrumental music. And there was like a little bit of a moment where I was like, oh man, should I not put Open Door on it? If I put out the instrumental music, should it just be instrumental and not put Open Door on it? But I feel like Open Door really started the whole process. Like it went from making this track live to asking fans to participate on it to jumping over to Twitch and then making more stuff live and having the fans like suggest themes and suggest genres and challenge me and all this stuff. So it all just kind of went together. So Open Door is the only track with vocals on my upcoming album. It's going to be an album in like with a bunch of volumes. So Dropped Frames is the name of the album. And that's, I mean, like, especially in the beginning, like we were Dropped Frames, like my it's a reference not only to like the bad internet connection that I've had, but also like the idea of dropping music. So Dropped Frames comes out a week from Friday. Open Door will be on it. Other than that, it's an instrumental album. And then every so often, hopefully regularly, hopefully like every month or so, if we can pull it off, I'll just continue to drop more Dropped Frames albums. So the stuff I make on Twitch here every weekday, I'll mix it and I'll put it together, put it into an album, and this is volume 1. So volume 1, I'll play you another track off volume 1. This one is called, I named it Super Galactica, partially because it sounded like space and also because you guys keep joking that the stuff I'm making sounds like aliens are coming down. So second track off the record, I wanted to reference that. So here's that song. I'll be back in a minute. Take a listen. shut it down. That track kind of blends into the next one, so I'm gonna shut that one down. Here, the I guess I mean a lot of you guys that have been with me while we've been making these are like, "Why? Wow, the chat is so huge! Like, there's so many people watching." Obviously, like a lot of folks are tuning in because it's new music. Also, Twitch put me on the front page right now, so that's another reason. Shout out to everybody who's joining right now. I am, for those of you who just joined, I am on a mini vacation right now. Hold on, if I lean back, you can actually see the, the background show up because I'm on my mobile rig. I'm on my laptop. All I've got right now is my phone, my laptop, and my machine to make beats. We might make, and I'm on the most messed up little table. It's like an earthquake. Um, but in case we want to make some beats in a little bit, can make a little, probably make a little quick track today. Yeah, so those are the first two tracks off of Drop Frames, which comes out next Friday. Um, we here in the chat, like we basically have like I've been going live and taking requests. The way it usually works is we put the longer you stay in the chat, the more you gain Shinoda bucks. And when you gain Shinoda bucks, you go to the link here. It pops up in the chat every so often. There's also a link underneath the actual window, my about section and whatever, for the Streamlabs redemptions. So you spend your Shinoda bucks on redemptions. You can ask a question. You can actually I can even turn those. Well, I don't want to turn them on right now because then we're gonna get distracted. But later, um, you can request a song style for me to create. You can request an art image or art style for me to do. So people have thrown together in the chat. What have we had? We people have redeemed, and I'll mash them up. So like one person redeemed horror movie hip hop, and I had to mash like it's things like that with like Warp Tour alternative and video game music, and my favorite was a song in the style of the Pokemon Mew, K-pop emo, Michael Jackson, mariachi, Bollywood, hip hop. I got a track from Money Mark, who you guys know from his work with the Beastie Boys. That one turned into a song that sounded like it was being sung by a chicken. Like we've done so many crazy things. And a lot of those inspired cool stuff that are ending is going to end up on these albums. So the first Drop Frames next Friday is going to have 12 songs. The two you just heard are the first two songs. So that's Open Door and Super Galactica. Um, oh look, every time I lean over, the background shows up. It's like I have like, you ever hear about like those they talk about like with like not VR. It's actually more like AR glasses where you do certain. If you were to do certain things with your eyes, then it'll change your perception of the reality around you. Have you ever heard about this concept? I feel like I'm doing that right now. Like if you move your head a certain way, then your reality changes. Whoa. If I look up, I can read my emails. Yeah, it's like this is like a budget Google Glass. Boom. I'm taking you to the beach right now. Okay, now we come back inside. Um. Okay, so wait, hold on. Let me see here. What else did we not talk about? I made a couple notes because I wanted you guys to be. I wanted to make sure that um, we're covering everything. Thank you to all of you guys. By the way, yeah, you noticed that up until now, subscriptions and I wasn't subscriptions all that's turned on as of today. So I'm on affiliate level right now. We're still putting together the partner thing, but you can subscribe. Please subscribe. Please, engage in the chat. Get your Shinoda bucks. We're gonna do coming up, not today, but another day. We're gonna I'll do a live art stream, and we'll make emotes live on the stream, so you guys can have input into the kind of emotes that you want me to make and that you guys can use if you are subscribing. Um, yeah, I wanted to make sure. You know, it's funny. I kind of mentioned this, but I kind of didn't. This is this is my first instrumental album. I mean, except for Open Door, but first instrumental album. It's also independent. It's my first independent release. I'm releasing it just on my own without Warner Records. They actually shout out to Warner because they are like helping support a little bit with a little bit of publicity, but other than that, it's not going through their system. They're not helping. They're not doing like promotion or marketing or anything like that. So it really is on me and you to spread the word. Um, and that's it. So all the Lincoln Park soldiers and super fans and stuff, you guys, I'm counting on you to help me out and spread the word about this, which is it's appropriate because it's a weird kind of release. Like I've never done an instrumental release before, and I feel like people are going to listen to it in a different way, right? Like while you're doing your work, while you're doing homework, while you're working out, while you're eating dinner, while you're having a party, like it's it's a different kind of vibe. I've always listened to the two places where I listen to instrumental music the most are when I'm drawing and when I'm cooking. A lot of times I'll listen like some of my favorite instrumental records are Dilla's Donuts. Um, I like stuff by I actually one of my favorite ones is DJ Shadow's Private Press. I love Introducing as well, which is the previous record, but or was it two records before? But I love private. People don't know about a lot of you guys don't even know about any of his records. But DJ Shadow's Press is amazing. What else? Rat-a-tat, Flying Lotus, Prodigy. There's a lot of stuff that Liam's done that's been instrumental. Um, yeah, so I was happy. I was you know excited to make a an instrumental record, especially because it seems to fit like what we've been making on here on Twitch. Let me ask you guys a question. Actually, we'll do a poll. So in the on the side of your screen, if you're on in a browser window, it'll be on the side of your window. If you're on your mobile device, it'll be in the chat on the upper right hand side, I think. There's a little icon that says Control Plus. And if I can get this thing to load right now, we'll do a poll. I just have to get the window to pop up here. We'll do a poll, and we're either gonna look at the original demo file that made Open Door, or we can make a new beat. So those are your two options. So they are Open Door demo or new beat. Okay. And let me just make this poll for you right now. So this poll will be live for the next 1 minute. I'm going to do 1 minute poll. Click on the Control Plus icon and you will be able to vote for one or the other. Yeah. So far, we've got a nice, healthy, got lots of votes. It's very close. While we're doing that, let me just shout out one more time. Let me pull up the email so I don't miss anybody. I just want to shout out Jesse, Maury, Slava, Jor, Deb, Sage, and Prashard for being the lending their beautiful voices and being awesome to Open Door. They are, yeah, they're so talented, and I hope you guys do go check them out individually. I think they're all on Instagram. by the way. So you could, I think they all have Instagram pages. So maybe we'll share at some point. I'll share their Anna. If you're in the chat, remind me to share their IG handles. For those of you that don't know, Anna is works with Lincoln Park Management and helps me out with a lot of this stuff on the stream. So Anna's your moderator who can ban you if you're out of control. How about that? The winner of the poll is Open Door. So we're gonna open up the. I'm gonna open up the original track. It was made from two, but I realized I had one of them here on my laptop, and what that means is, I mean, I'm on the move right now, like I'm on vacation, and my rig is the Native Instruments Machine controller and my laptop and these gamer headphones. So that's how I made this demo. Apparently, with minus the headphones, I made the demo on Machine, and this was the original demo for Open Door. Apparently, it was called Out of Milan, which tells me that I was making it either in a plane or in a car or something, leaving Milan probably after a show. So let's take a look at that. Wow, there are so many of you. My OBS is freaking out a little bit. I think we'll be okay though. So check this out. So there it is. And we can actually go in. I can go in. Oh, can you not hear it? You can hear it. Okay, cool. Yeah, my UI on my broadcasting software is a little laggy right now. As long as you can hear stuff, that's good. I'm gonna pause it real quick. So, like the little clip clop sounds, these are all here. And then those were the sounds above that. And then let's go to the next phase, the next scene. Oh, there was a keyboard thing that I didn't use. Oh, maybe I just mixed it down. I think I put that in the chorus. Actually, that's in the chorus underneath all the beautiful vocals. So here was the verse. Yeah, there it is. Okay. What did I add? Where are those percussion sounds? There they are. So that's the first one. That's that. My downbeat. So that's what I got in there. Then we hit the pre-chorus. Let's see what this does. I think the drums. Yeah. So these were pretty chill sounds. Like when I made this, it was pretty chill. Mostly a Whirly is a Wurlitzer keyboard. And these other ones, Mark 1. Is that Mark 2? Yeah, Mark 2. Mark 1 and Mark 2. Also just electric piano sounds. And here was the chorus. Yeah. And there's this big section. Let's see what was in that. So that was it. That was really it. I mean, most of the stuff in the song, if you just listen to it on its own, it's pretty chill. People are asking, what machine do I use? Can you hear me okay? Okay, cool. The machine, the device that I'm using is this one. What is this, MK3? MK3. I love how on the screen, because of the frame rate or whatever, it's all like sparkly. It looks like that. It doesn't look like all like the lights aren't doing this in real life. It's also brighter when I have it plugged in at home. So what were some of the questions you guys asked about that? Usually on the stream, I use Ableton and a lot of Native Instruments stuff. I've been using Get Good Drums a little bit lately. Access Virus, Moog, a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, OP1, Teenage Engineering. We can get into that. You guys will see. I'm going to go home tomorrow. I'll be home when we do a stream tomorrow. So come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we'll see. We'll do a proper like beat. I think tomorrow, actually, I've already had I pulled some fan suggestions from people who redeemed Shinoda Bucks. And we're going to do Prince, Morris Day and the Time era Prince meets Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then the wild card element was I have to someplace add the sound of a wombat. So that's the challenge tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow's stream at 10 a.m. Wombat screams, was that it, Alexa? That was the I told my brother, like, you guys, basically I made a joke at one point that you guys were, the question was name whatever 5 things. What are 5 words that describe the fan base? And I said, like, I don't remember what they were, but it was like caring, thoughtful, smart, beautiful, wombat. And I only strictly did that like to make you laugh, just as a joke, and the fan base has run with that ever since. And now they're calling themselves wombats. You've got like other fan bases who've got like actual names for their fans that have something to do with something, like have something to do with their name or with their I don't know what, something that has to do with something. Mine are just random. So there it is. Okay, so we looked at the track. I feel like we might have time to do a little beat. Should we do a little beat as well, or should we? Here's the last question. I'm gonna do one more poll, and then this is the last thing, and we'll probably get out of here at about 10, maybe a little after, maybe a little later. Want to make a new beat or answer questions? Okay, so that's what the poll is going to be. And let me make it real quick here. Please stay forever. All right, 1 minute poll. New beat or questions? Hit that Control+ button, and we'll do one or the other. So the questions are submitted. If you earn Shinoda Bucks in the chat, you can go to the loyalty store. Also on the page in the About section, you can spend your Shinoda Bucks on a GIF on screen. You can choose a music theme, suggest an art theme. You can choose a channel to raid. You can choose a sound or loop to use. That's a fun one. You can basically, for that one, you go to sounds.com and choose the most random sound you can find, and I have to use it at some point in one of my tracks on the channel here. For 650 points, you can ask a question, and then for 4,500 points, you can do an "I will come to your island" on Animal Crossing. And then also for 4,500 points, which is the max points, you can add a GIF to my store for everybody to use. And those, of course, have to be approved by me, because I don't want any nasty stuff in my store by you filthy people with dirty minds. It looks like questions won. The final number, 58%. So we're gonna do some questions. Let's see what questions we got and where they are from. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check it out. All right. Mr. Buckworthy says, "Hey Mike, Open Door came out amazing. I love it so much. How did you make the vocal synth?" The two vocal synths, I'm not exactly sure which one I used on that track, but the two that I usually use, let's see. It's, actually I'll go into, I can even go into, like in the machine here. They'll probably show up if I hope I don't crash everything by doing this. But one of them is literally called Vocal Synth. I think it's Vocal Synth 2 is the one. Yeah, that one is not Waves. The other one is Infected Mushrooms Vocal Synth, which is it called Manipulator, I believe? Let's see, it's right here. Yeah, Manipulator is one that I like a lot. And then the other one is called Vocal Synth. These are some of my plugins, in case you're curious about what stuff I'm using. On the stream, like for those of you who make music, I do go in and, I mean, we talk about mixing, we talk about songwriting, we talk about, oh, there's Vocal Synth, it's Isotope. So Vocal Synth 2 by Isotope is the other one. Infected Mushrooms, Manipulator, Isotopes, Vocal Synth. Those are the ones. Yeah. I don't have duels and gambling enabled in the chat right now, but I will turn them back on after I leave, so you guys can gamble your Shinoda bucks and be crazy. So let's see what this one. Oh my God, Selena74321 says, "Hey Mike, how would you feel about naming the cow abduction beat from last week Cattle Symphony?" Oh my God, that's amazing. I'll have to try and remember that. Should I make a note of that? I probably should. I have to make a note. Cattle Symphony. Selena, it's a good suggestion. Battle Symphony was a song off of One More Light. So Selena, I'm just gonna make a note. I did name it something. I named it something having to do with cows, but Cattle Symphony is kind of better. It's definitely better. All right. Oh, okay. So here's a serious question. Other Elbow says, "You and Anna seem to be just as in love." It's too bad she missed this question because she was in the room a minute ago, because we're getting ready to leave here. "You and Anna seem to be just as in love as when you met What do you... Oh, come on. Browser window. What do you two do that keeps things strong? I'm going through a heartbreaking divorce and I'm looking for tips to make it work in the future. Aw, I am sorry that that is happening, but maybe it's for the best. What I always tell people, like friends of mine who are getting married for the first, getting married, period, or getting married for the first time, or getting serious in their relationship, I always tell them, like, it takes, number one, it takes work. Like, when we're kids, and like, I don't know, when I was a kid watching TV and seeing what a relationship looked like on TV, I always thought, like, they really portray it as something that's effortless, and that you either, when you find the right person, it'll just click and you'll just never, you know, you'll always be in love. And that's not really true. With most people that I've ever met, you, at different points, you do have, it's not that it goes sour, it's that you have to put in effort, because just like anything else, if you don't try, then I feel like the other person will know you're not trying. Like, if both of you are just not trying to prioritize the relationship, then it'll inevitably be that way, right? And then it'll kind of get boring or get weak. Once you have a lot, like if you have a lot of stuff, if both of you have a lot of stuff going on, like work, or if you have kids, or if there's drama, and like if there's stress, if you don't also take time to prove to one another that they are a priority to you, then it'll show. And by take time, I just mean like occasionally give them a gift, occasionally send them a nice note, even a text, or go on a date. Make time to go on a walk, go on a date, go on a trip, go on a thing, do something. Those things matter. So that would be my advice. You don't ever get it for free. Meaning not my advice, but the relationship. You got to work for it a little bit. All right. I hope you have enjoyed my TED Talk. Kickshaw24 says, "Hey Mike, thanks for taking the time to explain aspects of your production process. What do you think about when choosing a chord progression?" Kickshaw24. Actually, if I'm on piano, it's intuitive. If I'm on piano, I'm not thinking, because piano for me is a very familiar instrument that I've played piano since I was a little kid. So I don't have to think about what chords. I mean, sometimes I think about it in terms of, like, if I really want to do something unexpected, I'll sometimes have to figure out what I normally would do and then not do that. Here's an easy tip. If you have, especially on piano, if you have like limited piano experience, but you understand like how C major is all white keys and the relative minor is A minor. So if you play all white keys, then you're either playing in C major or A minor. Okay, that's how that works. If you understand that much, then you can write something in that, and then if you start singing over it and it needs to be higher or lower, then you can pitch it in the computer. That's a simple way to say, okay, I made the progression that I think sounds good to my ear, and now I'm adapting it to make it sound good for my voice or for my singer or whatever. So that'd be a tip. Selene Van Grotesque. Wow. Love that name. Hi, Mike. I think The Hard Way is the most underrated Fort Minor song. Thank you. Can you tell us a bit more about it? Because the song has helped me through the darkest time of my life, so it means, I guess won't go. So it means a lot to me. Thanks. The Hard Way. During the Fort Minor stuff, a lot of it was like sometimes, I think with all of those choruses, I wrote the beat, I did the beat and the chorus, and then I did the verses after for most of those songs. So that one is really, it really started with that. And I know that, like, let's see here. I'm looking at the lyric. Well, usually for me to remember where I was at in creating a song, I have to like look at the lyrics to remember it. This one, as I recall, oh, this was with Kenna. Yeah. Yeah, it was really just about it. Like, it was, The Hard Way is really just about like making things difficult for yourself. Like, you know, you like do things intentionally or unintentionally, subconsciously or accidentally, that just make yourself crazy, which I feel is like a very universal thing. I feel like we all do that, right? At some point. We try not to do it. Just a shout out real quick. Thank you guys so much for all of the folks who are subscribing. This is my very first day having the ability to subscribe and use your bits and so on. So you guys are all brand new in terms of subs. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know how many have I got already. I actually don't know. I'm not on that page. I'm just looking on my Streamlabs questions page, and I've got the chat up. Okay, so Musket Jones. Oh, interesting. Musket Jones says, could you do a stream when you're just mixing a song so producers can learn more about your mixing workflow? I could do that. You could do a mixing day at some point. I know that you guys have suggested so many things, and I will probably get around to all of them at some point. Mixing is, to be honest, it's a little specific. Like, it's not for everybody. I mean, what you learn what I've learned